Hi, everybody. Here we're going to read a book about Harold and the Purple Crayon. Here's Harold, and here's his purple crayon. I wonder what he's going to do. Whoa, look at Harold making so many lines. He's looking at them. One evening, after thinking it over for some time, Harold decided to go for a walk in the moonlight. Did you see the full moon the other day? It was so beautiful. But there wasn't any moon, and Harold needed a moon for a walk in the moonlight. And he needed something to walk on. Oh, look, he made a horizon line where the ground meets the sky, and he drew an arc for the moon, a crescent. Now he's going to draw something to walk on. Let's see what it is. He made a long, straight path so he wouldn't get lost. Look, he started with a dot and made a line this way and a line that way. So it looks like the path is getting smaller as he goes towards the horizon line. Wow. He set off on his walk, taking his big purple crayon with him. But he didn't seem to be getting anywhere on the long, straight path. So he left the path for a shortcut across a field, and the moon went with him. The shortcut led right to where Harold thought a forest ought to be. He didn't want to get lost in the woods, so he made a very small forest with just one tree in it. One line for one side of the tree and one line for the other side of the tree, with them little short lines for the grass. It turned out to be an apple tree. Oh, look at that. He put one branch on it and lots of little arcs all the way around for the top of the tree and circles all inside of it. The apples would be very tasty, Harold thought, when they got red. So he put a frightening dragon under the tree to guard the apples. Look at all those zigzags he makes. Zigzag, 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 and then a big arc and a big mouth with lots of triangles for his teeth and circles for his eyes and arcs for his sharp claws. Oh, I wonder if it's scaring Harold. It even frightened Harold. He backed away. His hand holding the purple crayon shook. Whoa, it's shaking. I wonder what it's going to make. Suddenly, he realized what was happening. But by then, Harold was over his head in an ocean. Oh no, he's sinking. What's going to happen? He came up thinking fast, and in no time, he was climbing aboard a little boat. It's almost like a rectangle he drew. He made a straight line for the mast and straight lines for the sail. And the moon sailed along with him. He looks happy. After he had sailed long enough, Harold made land without much trouble. He stepped ashore on the beach, wondering where he was. Harold has such a good imagination. The sandy beach reminded Harold of picnics, and he thought of picnics might make him hungry. So he laid out a nice, simple picnic lunch, kind of like two diagonal lines and two parallel lines. and he put an oval for his lunch. I wonder what he's going to have. There was nothing but pie, but there were all 9 kinds of pie that Harold liked the best. When Harold finished his picnic, there was quite a lot left. He hated to see so much delicious pie go to waste. So Harold left a very hungry moose and a deserving porcupine to finish up. And off he went, looking for a hill to climb to see where he was. Harold knew that the higher up he went, the farther he could see. So he decided to make the hill into a mountain. If he went high enough, he thought he could see the window of his bedroom. So look at that line go up, 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 up. He was tired and he felt he ought to be getting to bed. He hoped he could see his bedroom window from the top of the mountain. Oh, he climbed way up there. But as he looked down the other side, he slipped. There wasn't any other side of the mountain. It was falling in thin air. But luckily, he kept his wits and his purple crayon, and he made a big balloon, and he grabbed onto it. He made a big circle with some lines and a square for his little basket. And he made a basket under the balloon big enough to stand in. He had a fine view from the balloon, but he couldn't see his window. He couldn't even see a house. So he made a house with windows, and he landed the balloon on the grass in the front yard. None of the windows was his window. He tried to think where his window ought to be. He made some more windows. He made a big building full of windows. He made lots of buildings full of windows. He made a whole city full of windows. Look, he made all these rectangles, all different sizes. And that's a lot of windows he drew. But none of the windows was his window. He couldn't think where it might be. He decided to ask a policeman. The policeman pointed the way Harold was going anyway, but Harold thanked him. And he walked along with the moon, wishing he was in his room and in bed. Then suddenly, Harold remembered. He remembered where his bedroom window was when there was a moon. It was always right around the moon. And then Harold made his bed. He got in and drew up the covers. The purple crayon dropped on the floor, and Harold dropped off to sleep. The end. That's a book by Crockett Johnson, and it's in the Laurel Mountain Library. I wonder what we're going to make next. How about if we take a line for a walk? I'll show you in the next video.